That's basically it. Okay, so let me start. The first section, we're going to talk about the different misconceptions about making money online. Then the second section, we're going to talk about the actual tools that you can use to make money online. Then in the third section, we are going to talk about tips for getting started, right? So I planned for this talk to be really short, but very meaty, in terms of the content, because we're going to be covering a lot of things. So let me cut to the chase. The first section, so the different misconceptions about making money online. Yeah, the very first one is the fact that when people think about making money online, they just think, Yahoo, or they just think like you have to deceive someone to make money, or you have to do something fraudulent. But I want to assume that people on this Insta Live don't think that way, but if you do, just put it out of your mind. Making money online, there are very many legit ways to make money online that are completely legal, and you wouldn't have to compromise on your personal values or even share extremely personal information to make money, right? So that's the first misconception. The second misconception is that people usually think that making money online is very easy. Well, the truth is it's not easy. The only easy part about making money online is actually that you can do it from anywhere. You're not going to get into traffic, right? That's the easy part. But making money online is just as difficult as making money doing anything else. There was a quote I saw today by Thomas Edison, and that quote says there's no substitute for hard work, and it's true. Like, there's completely no substitute for hard work. You can talk about working smart and all of that, but the truth is, the bottom line is, when people give you their money for something, then they are expecting commensurate or even more value for what they get from you for their money. So making money online is not an easy ride or a walk in the park, right? The second misconception, which is closely linked to the first one, is that it happens overnight. So making money online doesn't mean that you start today, then tomorrow you don't blow. No, it's not like that. Like, it takes work, it takes time. You have to build your profile, you have to build credibility. People have to trust you. As time goes on, it becomes easier for you to get the kind of resources you need to make money, and for you to get the kind of opportunities you need to make money. But at first, it's hard, and it's a gradual process, right? That's the third misconception. The fourth misconception is that people sometimes think that you have to have like mad tech skills, like maybe you probably should know how to code or do those type of things. But the truth is, no, there are 1,000,001 types of things that you can do online that do not require any computer science knowledge at all. Like, in fact, with skills as basic as writing, obviously everyone knows what blogs are and all that. So there are other kinds of writing services that you can offer online that do not require programming and the likes. Yeah. Then the fifth misconception is that sometimes people think that, and I think this is I don't know if it's a Nigerian thing, but the fact that people think many times that you have to have become a master at something before you begin to charge money for it. The truth is, you don't. If I take myself for example, when I started, those of you who know me personally would know that I used to run an animation business, and the truth is, you don't have to have become a grand master at that thing that you want to charge for. You just need to know enough to get the job you want to do done, right? So at every level you are with your skills, at every level you are, you can find a job that fits your skill sets, right? You can find a job that fits, you know, the skill level that you are. So you don't have to wait till you have a degree, or you don't have to wait till you are, you know, I don't know the other word to use for it, but you don't have to wait. You can start right where you are with what you have. Alright, now we're going to get into the meat of things. If you have any questions on what I've talked about so far, just drop me a note. Remember that there's a link in my bio if you need to leave at any point and you want me to send you everything that we talk about today, you want me to send it to you next week, then go to the link in my bio, fill that out, and let me know. Now we're getting to the meat of it. And so how do you make money online? What kind of tools do you need to use to make money online? Broadly, there are two categories of things that I'm going to talk about when it comes to making money online. The first one is you can either offer services, or you can either offer products. Yeah. So for services of course are things that you offer for value, but you usually would have to invest your time to get, you know, to get money for that thing. So services, for instance, like you can offer transcription services, you can offer business writing, you can offer you can offer animation, you can offer graphics, you can offer web development, you can offer yeah, so those are some of the kind of things you can offer for services. But the essential thing with services, you can offer, like, you can be a chat customer service agent. The basic underlying thing about offering services is that you're really trading your time for money. That's what you're doing. And starting out with services is relatively, in terms of capital, you usually wouldn't need any capital at all to offer services. The other one is products. So products are things that are sort of services that you offer, but they can serve many people at the same time. So an example of a product, your products can be both physical, or your products can be digital. So products like, example of physical products that you can offer, of course you can sell things, t-shirts, mugs, you know, those type of things are physical products. But technical or technological products that are not tangible, like apps, ebooks, games, what else? Yeah, those are the kind of things that you can't see or touch. Online courses, those are tech products that you non-tangible products that you can offer. So next thing is, what kind of tools can you use, and is it possible for you to offer products without having any money at all? If you don't have money to start, can you actually offer any products for sale? Can you get jobs, you know, online? So I'm going to talk about broadly two places. So the first one, I'm going to focus on services first, and then we'll talk about, you know, offering products to get money. Because of course people wouldn't give you their money if you aren't giving them anything of value. So the basic thing is that you're going to be exchanging value for money. So the first one we're going to be talking about is, for the services bit, I'm going to talk about a few freelance websites. And many people would understand the concept of freelancing, yeah, but I don't know how many people actually take advantage of these places, because many times when I go on some of these sites and I'm looking for a Nigerian to offer me a particular type of service, I usually don't find. So if I give you an example, and I'm not going to talk about Fiverr today, but I remember one time I needed a Nigerian voiceover, and somehow I didn't find any sites that was offering that service at the rate that I wanted. So the sites I found, by the time I wrote to them, they were telling me 40k. I'm like, for what? Anyway, so exactly. So but when I went to Fiverr had, of course, the prices that I wanted, but I didn't find any Nigerian there who was doing voiceovers on Fiverr. So that's just an example of, and doing a voiceover, really all you need is to have a well closed room that, that doesn't let external sound in, and then you do your clear voiceover. I just needed something a bit more professional, and I couldn't find that on Fiverr for like a Nigerian. So I'm just saying that I don't see enough Nigerians use these freelance websites, and you get paid in dollars. Now I know that there are a few Nigerian freelance websites. Like I think I found one while I was researching for this. I found one called Find a Worker. I've never used it, but I can talk about Upwork because I've personally earned money offering services on Upwork. So no matter what you do, really, you can do from research. So I'll take questions after I finish talking. So from research to like you can create presentations for people. The service I used to offer on Upwork was, I used to do animation services. Those of you who know that I can do animations, I used to offer animation services on Upwork, and I get paid per hour, right? So the trick is to think about what you think you are comfortable doing, and you find the website or a platform that works for you. I think some people are already sharing some on here, so you can just check any of them out. There's Upwork, there's People Per Hour, there's those are some of the freelance websites. There's also Find a Worker. I think someone here has mentioned Hire Freehands. Femi said Hire Freehands. So those are some of the sites you can look out for. And really, for those ones, there's no startup cost at all. Like, you can literally go there today. So of course it's not overnight, but you can literally go there today, and by tomorrow or next week, however persistent you are, you can get a job, right, and do it and get paid. Efiko.co is a Nigerian freelance site. Okay, awesome. So there's also Efiko.co, right? Then the other two I'm going to talk about, they are not exactly. Hi, Auntie Sabina. Thank you. So the other two I'm going to talk about, they are not exactly freelance sites in that sense. They are more streamlined, but it's essentially the same concept, just that they are more focused on one type of service. So this one is called Scribie. Now, if you don't completely get what I'm talking about, just go to the link in my bio, fill out the form there, drop your email address, and I'll send you everything I talk about today. So on Scribie offers transcription services, and I think Scribie is very straightforward. All you need to have is a headset that you can use to listen to the audio that you would be given to transcribe, and then you can you also, of course, you need to be an English speaker, and we're lucky because English is our first language here in Nigeria. So once you do a test with them, and then once you get approved, on Scribie you can actually earn anywhere from $200 a month up to $1,000 a month on Scribie. The thing is, you need to put in time. It's work. And on Scribie, the way they pay is they pay per hour, but they pay per audio hour. So they don't pay per hour for like how long it takes you to transcribe one audio, but they pay per the hour or the length of the audio. Scribie is Scribie. That's Scribie. Taye, please go and drop your email address in. So after the talk, Taye, you can drop your email address on the link in my bio. That's where you should drop your email address. You don't need to drop it here, okay? So I've just spelled Scribie. Exactly. So Rev.com is also a freelance transcription site. So I don't think I checked out Rev actually. But the thing with some of these sites is that some of them, they only focus on US based people. So I just try to pick out people who allow anybody, regardless of where you are, to participate. So that's Scribie. Okore, Emmanuel, if you got the spelling, please type it in the comment section, Scribe, so anyone who joins can easily see it. Then the third The third type I will talk about is called Mod Squad. Okay, PL. So the third type is called Mod Squad. So this one is a site for people who are interested in becoming moderators, or you want to become like a customer service agent for tech companies. So all you need to do, Mod Squad, there are lots and lots of forums, and a lot of these forums, they need people to moderate them. So the kind of skills you need, all you need to do is be very social media savvy. Really, that's all you need. And then, okay, no, Emmanuel, you spelled scribe. It's scribie, 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 not scribe. Exactly, that's it. So yeah, so that's scribie. And the second one is Mod Squad. Mod Squad is spelled MODSQUAD. That's Mod Squad. So if Emmanuel, if you can help us type that in the comment section, that would be great. Okay, so that's for services, right? And I've only just scratched the surface. The bigger point here is that if you need to make money, like maybe you need some cash, go on all these websites, do something. You, of course, for some of these websites, you need to actually apply, or rather you need to bid for the job. Upwork gives you 60, what they call 60 connects, and for each bid that you spend to connect. So on Upwork, every month you can bid for 30 jobs. Yeah, and that means you can bid for one job every single day on Upwork. I mean, that's pretty fair. Yeah, and you get paid. All you need to do is link up your PayPal accounts, and then you'll be settled. Now we're going to move over to the product side. So is it possible to offer products for sale without any startup costs? Like, do you always have to have stocked up on the products that you want to sell before you actually begin selling? Of course, the answer to that is no. You don't always have to have the stock sitting down in your house or wherever else. You can actually, thank you, okay. So you can actually start a business selling physical products without stocking up on them just yet. So a perfect example and the perfect way to start with this kind of thing is with t-shirts. So everybody knows that t-shirts can never go out of style. People would always rock t-shirts. In fact, one time I was thinking of making t-shirts my uniform. That is wear it to work every day, and I tried for a while, but it no work. Anyways, long story short is, people usually use t-shirts to communicate their values. People usually use t-shirts to make statements, send messages, and it can be a good conversation starter. So for t-shirts, Shopify has an awesome course which I was listening to yesterday, but I slept off on it. So maybe you should check it out. And if you want me to send you the link, all you need to do is go to the link in my bio, drop your email address, and I will send you everything that I talk about today. So yes, Shopify has a course on starting your t-shirt store without actually having any t-shirts sitting down in your house. And really, you don't even need to depend on Shopify. If I'm honest with you, there are many tools that you can use online. Just Google design a t-shirt. You will find many tools for designing your t-shirt. Display those t-shirts that you've designed on Instagram or Facebook or WhatsApp, wherever it is you think you have a solid social media following, and you'll see people actually like telling you if they are interested in buying. People can even pre-order, and then before you then go ahead and make the t-shirt, then just make sure that it's quality so that people come back and people refer you. But starting a t-shirt business is very, very easy, right? Within like a day you can have your t-shirts already. So once you've done the designs, you send it out to people, see what people like. The mistake you can make is making very random general t-shirts. It's good for you to focus on a particular interest group, right? That way you can market your t-shirts to specific people. For instance, I love Harry Potter. If I find someone that makes Harry Potter t-shirts in Nigeria, I will buy the t-shirts from the person, right? So I mean, that's just an example. The other thing is ebooks. So of course, like I said before, when I was talking about misconceptions that people have about making money online, one of the misconceptions is that people usually think that you need to have, bagged maybe a master's, or you need to have become an expert. Like, when I mean expert, the definition of expert is very relative, right? But you need to have practice for many years before you can begin sharing your knowledge. But that's not true. You can actually share whatever knowledge that you have. And there's something that I always think about, the fact that everyone's experience is really, really, really different. Like, your experience is unique to you, and so the lessons that you can share, or the knowledge that you can share with the world, is unique to you and unique to your experience. So don't deprive the world of your knowledge and miss out on an opportunity to make money. If you can, you can write an ebook, so that's also an option for you. And if you think about, oh, I'm not a graphic designer, I cannot design, sorry, excuse me, you didn't get the part of the t-shirt. Well, is there a site where you design them yourself? So I personally just use I use either Canva, or there's a tool called Figma. It's a bit more advanced for designs, but any design tool you find will just be perfect. All you need to do is send the color and either a logo or whatever write-up you want to have on the t-shirt, and that's all you need for your t-shirt, right? Can you imagine? My boss is buzzing me by this time. Okay, so the next one that I'm going to talk about is online courses. And I mean, I think I've seen a lot of talk about online courses, so I'm not going to really deep dive into it, but it's very possible for you to create your own online course. And all you need to do is, the tool that you can use to do that, there are two tools that are very popular in that space. The first one is called Thinkific. So if you can Thinkific is spelled Thinfic. Yeah, that's Thinkific, right? That's the first one. The second one is called Teachable. So those are the two most popular platforms for creating your online course. So for creating your online course, break whatever you want to teach down into maybe like 3 or 4 sections: an introduction, a body, a closing, and whatever other tips you want to do, and then create the content. So another tool you can use to create a product or to collect pre-orders for your product is called Typeform. Typeform is a survey tool, and it's really, really beautiful. If you want to see what Typeform looks like, go to the link in my bio and fill that form after this session, okay? And then you'll see how really nice Typeform is. Alright, so now I finished talking about the different tools that you can use. Remember, if you're just coming and you missed that part, all you need to do is go to the link in my bio and I'll send it to you next week. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about, which is the final section before we close, is almost 6:30, is tips for getting started. So I said after talking about the tools, I'll give you a few tips for getting started so you can actually land your first job if you're going to go on a freelance site or launch your products. Yeah? So the first thing for the services is, whenever you go to a freelance site, make sure you fill out your profile, right? Include links to a professional, like maybe LinkedIn or something where you think people would get a sense of who you are. Try to keep out personal stuff. They don't need to know your baggage. all they need is to see evidence that you can actually do what you say you can do, right? So if it's for you to even have a few dummy samples, for instance, if you're going to apply to do business proposals for people, write a few business proposals yourself, and host it either maybe in Google Drive or something, so that when you're applying for, or when you're bidding for jobs, you can include those links and say, oh, this is what I've done before, right? That way people don't feel like you just want to, like, people at least trust you a bit. Another tip I'll give is, usually they'll allow you to set your per hour rate, right? And for that, I would suggest that you start out very low. Like, the point is, you want to be attractive enough so that people actually offer you a contract. And then when you do that and you have 2 or 3 reviews, then you can begin to charge what you think you're worth, right? Excuse me. But when you're starting out, it's better for you to start out low, and then you build up from there. You build up with credibility, with referrals. All those things come together and they enable you to earn more in the long run, right? Then the other thing, of course, is to manage your client relationships really well. So when you manage your client relationships really well, the thing that happens is you can begin to get referrals for the jobs that you've done. People begin to refer you. When I started doing animations, even like people then began to call me to say, oh, I want to do a video and all of that. So that's really how it works. And then even your friends begin to know you as the go-to person for that thing. Yeah. Then I'm going to now talk about products. So for products, before ever buying a physical product, it's good for you to know that you actually have a market for that product that you want to sell, right? It doesn't make sense for you to buy a bag or a sack of t-shirts and not have anyone to buy those t-shirts from you, right? So it's very important for you to ensure you have a market. The other thing is, if you can get pre-orders for your products, it will be good for you to do that. If you can get pre-orders, that would be fantastic, so that way you even have the capital. The pre-order, the money you get from pre-order will give you the capital to even go and buy the product. So it makes a lot of sense, right? And then always like build your database, because that's where you're going to be able to reach out to. Let's say if your sales drop, you can always reach out to the people who have bought from you before to say, guys, please, what's going on? Or maybe you brought in a new stock, you wanna sell your things at a discount to drive sales. Those are some of the things you can do. So that's it. I've just overshot my time by 2 minutes. But if you have any questions, now would be a great time for me to see your questions. And okay, so yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. If you don't have any questions though, remember to go to the link in my bio and fill out the form there. I'll send you, everyone who drops their email address, I'll send you everything I talk about today and a few more tools for making money online. Alright guys, thank you for joining me today. See you sometime again, I don't know. Alright, Niger Lady Savage, you are welcome. Oh, getting paid online is easy. All you need for getting paid online is for international platforms like Upwork or like People Per Hour. All you need exactly is PayPal. No, PayPal works near. I use PayPal. I'm not sure I get you. But okay, so the PayPal works. There's also Paystack. Paystack is Nigerian, but you can accept international payments on Paystack. The problem with Paystack though is I don't know if all these other sites actually integrate Paystack. So most people use PayPal, or you get a dollar card. But if you want to be earning money in dollars, no problem for you to get dollar card now. So you hustle and get the dollar card. Just not even hustle. Just give them your if you have a current account, then just get referrals, get a current account, get a dollar card. You'll be alright. Any other questions? Alright, bye. I'm going now. Okay.